And obviously, we have our monthly live stream that we are bringing to you today. I'm super excited. We had one of these last year, I believe, sometime before, I think it was before our Alpha 1 test that we did. And I had a really enjoyable time actually doing that AMA because there was a lot of fun questions. And obviously, we have our monthly live streams and we show a lot of things there. And we try to dedicate as much time as we can at the end of those live streams for Q&A. But obviously there's just so many questions that get asked from the community, and it's really a great thing that you guys are so involved, those of you who are tuning in, that you ask these questions and you give us feedback. And so it means a lot to us to be able to kind of have this exchange with you, to kind of answer these questions. But from these answers, it spawns a lot of conversation in the community, across the forums, across Reddit. And it's really great for our team to kind of go in and take a look, and our team does go in quite often and look at the Reddits, look at the forums, read the threads and the responses, the experiences that all of you have had across different games. And obviously a lot of these ideas, a lot of these systems are very familiar to many of you out there, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel to make a really good MMORPG. And a lot of our concepts come from the games that we've played in the past, and we've kind of brought them together, as many of you know, in one single game that is Ashes of Creation. So really excited to kind of go through this. We've obviously, as many of you are aware, we had a thread on our Reddit, and for those of you who went and posted questions there, you had an opportunity to upvote the questions that you thought were most pressing or that you wanted to get answers for. And the community team has put together these questions in a list of 50 that, we'll see how many we get through today, but has put them together. I haven't had much of an opportunity to kind of look through them, so I'll be answering them a bit off the cuff, just obviously from my knowledge. And if there are some things that I can't answer, of course, I will say that we'll be reserving the answers for later, but I don't expect that we will have that issue. So I have my trusty iPad here. I'm going to take a look at some of these questions, and we will begin. So the number one upvoted question that was present on the Reddit thread was, since Ashes will need a healthy and active player base on each server, do you have a plan in place to deal with server merges? And that was asked by Hybrid PS2. So to answer that question, yes, we do have a plan in place for how we would want to go about conducting server merges. For all of us who have played MMORPGs, we're aware that over time, populations can dwindle on a particular server. New user acquisition isn't usually the strongest aspect of MMOs. Typically, you see a large portion of the population start on day one, and a lot of MMOs suffer a bit of attrition going forward from that. And of course, there are opportunities to recoup that population during expansions and during updates. But ultimately, most MMOs that we've played fall into needing to have server merges. Now, that can become a little bit complicated, especially when you're...
I think every game needs a way to plan for server merges, because there's might be some downtime that MMOs have to deal with. For example, Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 actually pretty nice. It's pretty popular. But I will say maybe World of Warcraft. I've been playing recently in World of Warcraft, and you need to adjust for server merges. New World, perfect example. Need to adjust for server merges. Everyone need to have a backup plan. So I think this is a good question, because they're thinking that it's not as if that the game gonna die immediately. It's more of what we need to adjust if something like this does happen, if we do need to merge servers, but an actual plan to where it could be healthy and active is very important, I think.
dealing with things like property ownership and owning homes and having mayors and castles.
Right.
All of those things contribute to kind of a complication in how server merges are conducted.
Exactly.
For Ashes of Creation, excuse me, I might cough a little bit during this AMA, but I apologize in advance. For Ashes of Creation, we have also an element of world building, and that's how these cities obviously come up. Now, we know that Ashes of Creation will facilitate regionalized server locations, and this means that prime times in those regions will adhere to the associated time zone that they're in. And as such, server merges will be conducted within those particular regions between servers that share that prime time zone, so that we're not mixing populations with different regions as we do the merges. That's one aspect of the merge strategy that we have as part of our solution for server merges in the future. In addition, there is something that we would consider a weak and strong server. When we think about pairing servers into those merges, we think about how the populations have progressed at the time the decision gets made to make a server merge, and we would have the weak server merge into the strong server. Depending on what that means from the player's perspective of things like usernames and the ability to change those names because names are unique on a per server basis, there would be an opportunity for players to make name changes who are coming from the weaker server. And then when it comes to land ownership and property ownership, the weak server that's merging into the strong server, there's two potentials there. One, it would be a reset on those land ownerships and homes for both servers, and they would conduct the opportunity to reestablish their ownership when that merge is complete. Or the alternative, if there's a much stronger server, then the weak server would be coming in with an opportunity to make that population reacquire those houses. This is something that is, of course, important, and you guys giving feedback on kind of the types of strategies you've seen in the past would be super beneficial to comment on and talk about how you would foresee server merges working best in Ashes of Creation. The second question that we have.
Okay, I gotta talk about that too. I think the resetting of homes. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. He is a brand new clean slate. My only question is the node systems are like when you say that everything is like your home ownership and whatnot is reset. How about How about the node system? So there's a node system inside the game, right? It's kind of like New World, where each town A, town B, town C, there's all millions of towns. They brung up their as much as you contributed it to that node. That's the amount of of creativity is brought forth into the node. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like think of a town like this, like leveling up. So if you have one node and it's leveling up to, let's say, to 20, it's max level. Like that town is level 20, you have castle walls and all that. Will that still be the same when you combine that weaker server to another server when you're doing the merges? Or will that strong server will still have their own mayor system and whatnot? What would have happened then? Honestly, if I feel like the best way to do it is just reset both of them. It sucks. Like you added a whole bunch of effort, but with that effort, I feel as though you should be able, they should compensate for that effort, because I'm sure it's it takes a while to bring everything up again. I'm sure it costs money, it costs materials. I just want to see what they would do about that. But okay, yeah, that's a nice question.
Next up is,
I'll try not to stop too
what
many
work
times.
or milestones still need to be completed before Alpha 2's launch? And this is from Judgment Dismal.
Yeah.
A large portion, excuse me, a large portion of what we are doing, as you guys saw in Alpha 1, a lot of core systems were stood up. That's progression, that's AI behaviors, that's open world tech, that's distributed servers, that's the ability to maintain persistence, to acquire and progress, combat stats and the skill trees, nodes leveling, collecting experience, all that stuff we saw as there was no NDA present for Alpha 1. So those are kind of core mechanics, right? And when we think about how Alpha 2 kind of steps up further, a lot of that is putting in content for those core mechanics, adding additional classes, which of course
Right.
come with different types of feature requirements on an ability system basis.
Right.
Adding content to the quest systems, including events, adding aspects of the naval systems, the professions and gathering and artisanships. You know, a lot of that is what is being worked on currently towards Alpha 2's end. And of course, each time we have a monthly live stream, we show you guys progress in some of those systems, a large portion of which was our combat revamp, which of course has taken a lot of player feedback as we go into iteration phases for that stuff. But when we talk about, you know, what is outstanding work, milestones that are required for Alpha 2, much of it is content. Because Ashes of Creation tends to be a very rich content game. We've always talked in the past about how we combine the elements of both a theme park and a sandbox element to create decisions that matter, to open doors that have actual content behind them, as opposed to putting that kind of responsibility on player-driven mechanics that a lot of sandbox-type games have utilized in the past. So much of it is content related. Number 3. So the number 3 voted question: how many abilities will be made or are planned to be made for each archetype? And this is from Sanic Explosion. Well,
Good question.
First, it depends on the archetype. Some archetypes will have some more active abilities available or some less active abilities available than others. It also depends on combination of passives as well, and how that interchanges with the active skill sets and the acquisition of those skill points and distribution of those skill points. That's important. But when we think about, on average, what is each archetype going to have from an ability standpoint, it's roughly going to be about 35 to 40. Right? And of course, that doesn't mean that a player will have the opportunity to spec into all of those abilities. You're going to have a limited selection of skill points available in order to spec out your class. And that's going to be important because it provides not only agency to the player to kind of make those types of decisions, but it gives a diverse, excuse me, it gives a subset diversity within that archetype where decisions kind of choose specialization paths within the skill tree for that particular archetype. And we've talked about how, you know, we don't want to have what a lot of us have experienced in other MMORPGs, obsolete or not utilized abilities, right? So we kind of keep that selection relatively limited. Next question, number 4 question. I'm not sure if it's a good thing that it's number 4 or number 1. No, I'm just kidding. But this is a simple question. How are you, Stephen? I'm doing great. I'm doing very good. You know, we've had an awesome year this year, and we have some.
I want to talk about the other question. So, I mean, he didn't really talk about like how many buttons will there be, but that will, or how many skills will there be? The reason why I said it's an important question is because that kind of determine controller support and PC support. Because if they say if they say like around 40 or so, like 40 per archetype, then I would kind of assume that possibly this might have console support. I could definitely see it having console support because I've seen the combat already. The combat is very Elder Scroll combination with World of Warcraft, or like or more towards New World. So it's I feel as though it's being a lot. It's going to be it could be really good if they can do it just only under 40.
Some still fun activities and streams that are planned in October, November, and December. And I'm looking forward a lot to, I think this is our 5th year doing Extra Life, which is going to be next month. That's always a fun time. But more importantly, I think, what keeps my heart warm over these years, having, building games is difficult. Building an MMORPG is probably the most difficult type of game that you can build. And our MMORPG is a particularly ambitious one. So there's a lot of work that goes into it. And, watching the team work hard at creating something that they want to bring to make you guys proud, to make me proud, to make each other proud. It takes a toll. It is a difficult job making games, and with that being said, we built an amazing team at Intrepid, and it feels very much like a family. So, getting up each day and going into the office and working with, the colleagues at Intrepid is a delight. And it's something that I've thoroughly enjoyed over these years. And also being able to interface with you guys in the community who are fellow MMORPG lovers and enthusiasts, who have confidence and faith in us to deliver a product that is going to answer the call that many of you have. That is a very exciting prospect, and it keeps me very motivated. So that's always great. I guess I'll touch on this a point real quick. Recently I've heard some discussion, from different parts of MMORPG genre and audiences about, why follow a development process? Why not wait until the product is complete and, try the product then and talk about it then?
Right.
And I just want to stress that as consumers of this product, as consumers of this genre, as players of MMORPGs, many of us have felt that the genre has gone in a direction that doesn't represent what the player base wants. And one of the very important aspects of our development process is that by having this following of the development, this interaction, this opportunity to provide feedback, this opportunity to get a look under the hood and watch development over time and see things progress and communicate with the developers and give your thoughts and opinions and experiences, that's a very rare opportunity for the consumer to dictate the course, to a degree, to dictate the course of what a company or a product provider is giving you.
I think every company should kind of do this in some way. Like I like the idea of them being very open about it. It makes me realize that it might not be a scam. Like I really do want to watch or play this game or watch other people play this game to see different builds and whatnot into this game. It's very interesting indeed. I wish a lot of developers were open about this. That's why I was I really like Final Fantasy and their live letters. Their live letters is very open. They have AMAs as well. WoW, I mean, WoW is WoW. I mean, they don't really have as much, but they've been responding more ever since Dragonflight 2. So I think that's pretty good. But could still be on that copium.
And it's a rare opportunity because oftentimes these developments go for years without ever touching the consumer base from a feedback perspective. And the opportunity to provide iterative feedback during that process is lost. And when the product gets completed, there's not much you can do at that point other than hope to update in future expansions and correct and iterate in that regard. But as we know, a lot of products only have one chance at launching. Sometimes that's not the case. There are of course examples where that's not the case. But the opportunity to get involved early and during development is a very important consumer responsibility. And I think that demonstrating that as part of our development process has brought in a considerable amount of benefit to what Ashes of Creation hopes to be as a product. So I want to thank you guys for participating in that. Those of you who are watching, those of you who comment, those of you who interact with us on a monthly basis for our live streams. I know that it is something that takes a lot of patience to watch something you've dreamed about or that you have a strong desire to play. And it is something that's difficult, but we really appreciate it at the studio. All right, number 5. Question. When can we expect to see how secondary archetypes work in game? From the Dictator. So I've answered this in the past. We will be experiencing secondary archetypes, and you will likely be seeing them very soon in some upcoming streams, but you will be experiencing them in Alpha 2 to some degree. This is really what makes a class feel different from an archetype. And to make sure we're clear on kind of what that terminology differential is, archetypes are the base 8 versions that you select. Classes are the combinations of the secondary archetype you select halfway through your leveling process. And it can dramatically change both the role as well as the active abilities that your primary archetype provides you. And so we want to make sure that Alpha 2 has a healthy amount of those secondary archetype choices, especially when it comes to augmentation of abilities, because that is an integral role in defining what these classes represent. So Alpha 2 is the answer to that.
Okay. Alpha 2.
Number 6. Okay. Next question. Can we expect to get any pre-alpha spot tests this year or early next year?
I think early next year.
And would those be on NDA? From Lineker 180. Yes, we will be having spot tests. Well, technically we're already doing spot tests internally. We do that right now. But we will be including spot tests with some of individuals from the community as part of the next several months. Okay. And those will likely be under NDA. And that's because there are specific core systems that are part of Alpha 2 that we want to test. These will be very short-geared tests, likely hours long, starting first with some portions of the community that are present from Alpha 1 and for Alpha 2. But when we have dates solidified for those tests, you will be receiving communication from our community team. And that will be through email, of course, to the accounts that you have registered with us. And you will be made aware well in advance of when those tests are upcoming. And to remind you, of course, Alpha 2 is not under NDA. So when Alpha 2 starts, that will not be under NDA.
Oh, okay. It's nice.
Okay.
I was assuming it
Question
would.
number 7. Number 7 top voted. Assuming that staffs are melee weapons, could you explain briefly what are the main differences going to be between orbs, wands, and spellbooks as magical ranged weapons? From Bliss Bliss. So, some staffs actually will be ranged. Interesting note. Some staffs will be melee.
Really?
The main differences between what orbs, wands, and spellbooks represent as magical ranged weapons are going to be in their weapon skill trees. And it's important to note and remember that weapons themselves have their own bespoke skill trees that, through using these weapons, will provide you passives as well as proc-based type benefits that you can spec into as you are progressing within your experience of that particular weapon's skill tree. So that's the primary difference. But in addition, obviously, attack speed, attack range, different types of stat bonuses and waterfall stats that can be present on those types of weapons. Those are all differentiators between not just ranged weapons, but melee weapons as well. Okay, question number 8. What are your plans to make healing skills fun, deep, and effective in action camera? And this is actually a question I'm not going to answer it in too much detail, and there's a reason for that. We have an upcoming stream where we're going to be talking about the cleric in Alpha 2 and demonstrating some of the abilities and gameplay from the cleric, and that's going to be coming up relatively soon. But you know, what makes healing fun for a lot of healers? For me personally, and I play healers often in MMOs, for me personally, it is almost like a little bit of a whack-a-mole type of game, right? Where if I'm in a party and I am the dedicated healer in that party, I'm very conscious of obviously conserving my mana for any spike situations that might call for me to be able to pinch heal. But I'm also kind of swapping and making sure that my rotations are timed appropriately and that I'm only utilizing skills from a minimal mana perspective that I need to, and I'm clicking across different members of the parties to kind of heal them as they need it, right? So a little bit of a whack-a-mole gameplay.
I see.
When you're thinking about how to incorporate action as part of that, right? You have certain types of skills that you can use that are able to heal others, but are more skill-based, such as aiming that skill in a line-type template, or proximity-based, ensuring that I myself am near other members of my party and that they're aware of my location and I'm aware of their location in order to confer the benefit of that healing effect because it's proximity-based. Also, formation-based type effects. For example, there's a really cool skill that we just began working on for the tank, where you have a vector required for players to be behind that tank that mitigates damage incoming from a different direction. So there's directional based type situations that require location of players in your party to be cognizant of those locations. I think all of those things lend to a compelling and engaging type of combat situation where if players are heavily synchronized in their gameplay, it feels really good. And getting off those types of abilities in maximum efficacy is the highlight of different types of combats for people, right? Being able to achieve those things. So proximity-based, template-based, the ability to do more skill-based type abilities is one of the ways that we make the healing type class and abilities more fun. Okay, now question number 9. Excuse me, question number 9. I apologize again for coughing so much. Question number 9. What do you envision as the primary leveling systems for Ashes? From Cato Ricks. The primary leveling systems. So that's a bit traditional in the sense that when you are in the game and you're talking about leveling your adventuring class, right? And that's your archetype and your secondary. Questing and grinding are the two ways that are primary, right? Now, of course, you can achieve experience for your adventuring class through PvP, through artisanship and professions, through exploration, through raiding. But the primary methods are going to be a bit traditional in questing, story arcs, events, as well as through grinding mobs. And,
that's what I was thinking.
You know, when I talk a little bit about
like any other
kind
game,
of what that experience entails, my experiences that I've enjoyed in games is where a portion of your level does require you, or at least the adventuring level, to go out and interface with general populations, or to find a group and friends and level in a dungeon, or in a group setting. I do not personally enjoy when the entirety of a level can be achieved through simply questing, where you move from quest to quest station and you just do that the entire way, and that will level you up to max level. There's a beautiful world out there in Ashes of Creation, and while questing can show you some of that world, there is also an element of that world that is wilderness and explorative, right? Where by going out and grinding and killing general population monsters as part of your leveling process, you are helping lend towards the development of civilization. You're helping bring nodes up, and that unlocks additional quest lines and story arcs and events, right? So there's a little bit of an equilibrium between that in a more traditional sense.
If they make a hunting log, I think it would be great.
All right, question number 10.
So
this will be
blindlessly killing
top
mobs.
10 questions that were voted up. What are some of the biggest challenges at this point of time before releasing Alpha 2?
Ooh.
Now that is a good question.
Yeah, it is.
What are some of the biggest challenges? Well, one of the challenges, of course, is going to be the QA process, right? And, we have a lot of rapid development at Intrepid Studios, which means that, we will test things and iterate on those things fast. And sometimes that can be a really good thing because we get an immediate, hands-on look and feel touch of a particular system or feature. And sometimes that pace of development can introduce bugs, and it can introduce just a lot of things that need to be kept track of as you're creating, the game. And that can be a tough process to find all those bugs and to make sure we fix those in time for a front-facing or public display of the product. And that's one of the dual-edged swords, the kind of thing of a transparent development process, is we're wanting to get things out there quickly and iterate on those so we can get feedback and iterate on that feedback. And in doing so, sometimes, we can have bugs that are unintended. So that's one difficulty. Another challenge is the sheer scope of the content, right? There's a lot, as I said before, there's a lot of content in Ashes of Creation. And that development, is a big effort. And obviously we have a lot of talented individuals on the team that I've talked about many times in the past. You've seen them, we've talked about with them on live streams. But that is a big effort to create a lot of that content. I would say one other element from probably a technical perspective when we think about big challenges is we have lofty goals when it comes to player density. And being able to have a customized network solution that handles the type of player density we want to achieve. And you guys saw in Alpha 1 as we gave you a preview of that tech and that network capability through the sieges that we've done. And if you haven't seen them before, you can go on to our YouTube and you can take a look at some of the Alpha 1 sieges that we had. And it performed well. It performed very good.
It did.
A lot of the MMOs that I played in, when you have over
For Alpha,
50
that's
people
really good.
in an area, things start to get a little bit choppy. And I believe in Alpha 1, we had a test with almost 300 people, and I might be off on these numbers a little bit, maybe it was higher than that. But we had a test with about 300 people, and it was smooth. I mean, it was smooth. There wasn't, aside from perhaps some people in
one
machines
area
and rendering, right, on the network
in the
side,
event.
it was pretty smooth. The server's FPS was good. And there wasn't rubber banding. Of course, we had bugs every now and then that would come up, but during those sieges, it was a pretty good performance. But it's always a challenge because you're creating a game in an open world, and so there's not restriction on player movement, right? Anybody can move across the world, and they can move into particular areas. And of course, we have network contingencies for how we handle when the server starts to go above what our intended density benchmark is, that we want to test both as part of Alpha 2 and moving forward. But being able to achieve that high player density is an integral component of what the system's design for Ashes of Creation is. In a castle siege setting, in a caravan setting, and naval battles, and in node sieges, all of those can lend themselves towards having a large portion of player density within a particular area. So that's always a challenge as well. All right, question number 11, and I apologize. Hopefully this isn't going, too fast for you guys. I want to try to get as many questions as we can within the hour. So question number 11. How is the render distance vision on the sea? And will an item like a spyglass be
that'd be so
acquirable
cool.
in order to get a zoom in?
Oh, love that.
This is from Maisie0819. So
that.
render distance on the sea. The character render distance is going to be similar to what the character render distance is on land. So that's not going to change on sea. What, however, will be available to you that is going to be much further than the character distance is the ship viewable distance. So when you see other ships, depending on the class and size of that ship, you will see them on the horizon at greater distances just from your character's viewport, right?
Okay.
However, when you incorporate apparatuses like spyglasses, which we do have available, and it depends on whether or not the ship has that type of attachment, both one, available to it, but two, equipped to it, because these are interchangeable attachment slots that you can choose to spec your ship out based on the class of vessel you have, what type of attachments it can contain because of its class, and then what you're able to acquire as well. Thank you. Those are going to be available to you. And now those will provide you more of a overview radar perspective of the surrounding area around your ship. And the distances of that radar, essentially, will be also predicated on the class of ship and the type of spyglass or type of instrument that you are using. And it is important to note that you have an element of what's above the water, what types of ship are above the water, but also, as we know, we have, aquatic mounts also, which are capable of going under the water. And some of those mounts have abilities that affects ships that you can acquire.
Really?
And as such, there will be other types of tools that ships can have in order to detect movement under the water as well. So that's important. Okay, question number 12. Can we get a concrete list of professions and which artisan classes they belong to?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Is a good question.
That's really nice.
And the answer is yes, we can get that. Actually,
let's
hold on
do
real
it
quick.
live. I need to use a restroom really quick. We're almost over. After this, we can play some Undecember. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm getting actually messages. Oh no, these messages are me. These messages are me. Okay. No one's important. Okay. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. I got myself some water as well. Okay, let's go again.
I can access and tell you what those are here.
Why are you doing your glasses like
So,
that? I guess so.
I'm sure the Artisan team is likely like, oh my God, we're doing it live. We're doing it live. Okay, so we have 3 types of branches that exist within the artisanship system, as you know. We have gathering, we have processing, and we have crafting.
Really?
And each of those, as you guys know, have different realms of applicability. Gathering, of course, is out in the wild. It's predicated on having the available tools. Those tools come from vendors, and you need to have supporting node structures in place around the world at certain levels in order to acquire certain tool sets that will allow you access to higher tier gatherables out in the wild. In the gathering profession, we have mining, we have lumberjacking or logging, we have herbalism, we have fishing, and we have hunting. So those are the gathering professions. In the processing, we have metalworking, stone masonry, weaving, tanning, lumber milling, farming, animal husbandry, alchemy, and cooking. And in the crafting, we have weaponsmithing,
Jeez.
carpentry, arcane engineering, armor smithing, leather working, tailoring, jewel cutting, and scribing. A scribe.
This is insane.
So,
All of these.
is that the first time we've released? I think that's the first time. Oh, okay. All right. So, there you go.
I think
There is a concrete list
God,
of professions. Excuse me. Of professions in the game.
Let me actually
and
write
many of
these
those
down,
will be
please.
available.
Shit.
List. Is that the first time we've released? Arcane and cooking, tanning. In the processing, we have metalworking, stone masonry, weaving, tanning, lumber milling, farming, animal husbandry, alchemy, and cooking. And in the crafting, we have weaponsmithing, carpentry, arcane engineering, armor smithing, leather working, tailoring, jewel cutting, and scribing. A scribe. So, is that the first time we've released? I think that's the first time. Oh, okay.
That's 22.
All right. So
That's 22 things.
there you go. There is a concrete list
22.
of professions.
Jeez.
Excuse me.
What the fuck?
Of professions in the game.
I love crafting.
And many of those will be available in Alpha 2 as well. And actually, as a note, something that we'll be collecting more feedback on is there is a gameplay layer to crafting. And those professions that I listed for the crafting, when you go to create a particular item, you will have the opportunity to interface with that gameplay layer. And for example, and this is something you guys will be testing, this will be probably one of the spot tests actually that's coming up before Alpha 2. For example, if you're creating a sword and you're crafting that sword, you will have an interface, a gameplay layer that you will see, and you will begin to hammer actually that sword into an appropriate outline. And your performance there can help influence the outcome of your craft in that sense. Now,
Okay, yeah.
this is something we especially want to give feedback or get feedback on. What is it like to interface with that type of gameplay layer? Is that something desired by crafters? Our designers, Corey, Brian, Mike, have done an awesome job in kind of detailing out what each of these professions within the crafting realm will utilize from a gameplay layer perspective when completing these crafts. And I think it's interesting. I think it's cool. But getting player feedback on that, because this is something that is a bit different than what we're accustomed to in a lot of MMOs that we played, especially from the traditional crafter's perspective. Getting your guys' feedback on that is something that's going to be important. So keep a lookout for that. Okay. Question number 13. How many active players, monthly subs, are necessary for the game to survive? That's an interesting question. And at how many active players would I consider the game to be a success? Well, that is a good question. I don't have a specific number of what is necessary for the game to survive.
Oh boy.
What I would tell you is that we have millions of pre-registrations for Ashes of Creation. And it has been absolutely phenomenal to see the excitement that exists out in the community and in the genre itself of old school players, legacy MMO players, who have wanted to see these types of systems merged into a single title for a while now. But more importantly, also a dedication and commitment from a company to ensure that the integrity of the game is not broken by pay-to-win monetization strategies or by pay-to-convenience monetization strategies. And I believe that has been a primary motivation for a lot of players to be excited about Ashes of Creation and to follow its development. When I think what the active player count will be on launch based on forecasts and projections that we internally create that are predicated on pre-registration growth, on average revenue per paying user that we've acquired so far, and those of you who have wanted to pre-order the game, I believe that we will launch with 1 million plus concurrent users. That is my expectation at almost a minimum. And to qualify that projection, when we think about the types of titles that exist within the MMORPG genre, we can observe what is this almost window of opportunity to present a next generation title that is utilizing a next generation engine like Unreal Engine 5, that has the visual fidelities that we are showcasing as part of our monthly live streams, and you guys can see the quality of the artistic development that our team has, and that espouses the types of design systems and philosophies that Ashes of Creation espouses, right? And when we think about watching at least just this year's development updates and the execution behind many of those systems, when we talk about the character creator, and we talk about weather and systems, and we talk about combat reiteration that we've done, and still what's to come this year, I think many of you will agree that that execution has been pretty good. And let's just take the character creator, for example. It's been a goal of ours since 2017, since we first launched the Kickstarter, we verbalized our desire to have a next generation MMORPG character creator, something that lives up to a particular standard from other games that we've seen, like BDO has an amazing character creator. And that was talk, right. That was goals, and it's great to kind of verbalize what those things that we want to achieve are. And this year you got to see the first iteration of that character creator. And I think to many people's surprise, there was an execution there that held up to what our desires were and what our verbal goals that we stipulated were. So in that regard, when we think about executing on the designs and systems that we've talked about for so long and we've seen as part of the core feature set available in Alpha 1, I believe that Ashes of Creation will be one of the most popular MMOs. And that belief is a healthy belief. It is not a bad thing. It's not overhyping. You know, it is, you want people who are working on this product to have a goal to achieve something great. And when you have those goals, that creates pressure, it creates excitement, it creates motivation. All of those things are ingredients in the recipe for success. So that's something that's an important and healthy thing to have. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, question number 14. How far along with completion of class combat are you? Is that like a percentage base? Are we going to see the Summoner, Cleric, Mage, Rogue, Bard before Alpha 2? Yes, we will see some of those before.
I want
Alpha
to see
2.
Summoner.
How far are we along with that class
Rogue.
completion? Well, there's a lot that goes into making a quote-unquote class, right? When we talk about what the crux of that is, it's the ability system, right? It is creating these unique abilities that have sometimes very bespoke mechanics that are involved. Margaret's like, hey, you got to smile. I'm like, I know, I forgot. Sometimes I get too a little clinical when I talk about design, so I apologize for that. But yes, so to answer that question, a lot of it is ability system. A lot of it is the combat field, the movement, you know, the weapons that you're using. And we've made a lot of progress as part of defining what those weapons are, how they feel, how they look, implementing the actual mechanics for them that are present in game now, and taking what we've learned from each of these and taking them on to the next class and to the next ability. And we constantly are building up that kind of repertoire of mechanics that are available in the ability system. Keenan and Adam have done an amazing job in supporting from an engineering perspective what capabilities are provided to the design team in order to create these abilities. But then there is a lot of art that's required to sell the ability as well. It's not just the design and engineering that's necessary. It's Jim and John and Matt and the VFX team and the technical art teams that are accompanying the visuals and the effects for those types of abilities. And it's the sound effects requirement from Kat and her team to, you know, to create that tactile feeling, that auditory, really important component that associates with the visuals, selling those types of abilities. So even when in a pipeline you have design completing what the mechanics of the ability are, there is still the following steps, which are finalizing the visual effects for those abilities and then handing that off to audio to incorporate the sound effects that accompany the visual effects. And before those can even begin, it's also animation. It's also animation work that's required as well, because you know that pipeline is a long one. So when we talk about how are we doing in completion, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good on that front. You guys will continue to see updates as they become available and are prepped for a front-facing perspective so that you guys can give your feedback. And we have another one that's coming up relatively soon to showcase as well.
Okay. Definitely want to see
Question
Summoner and Rogue.
Number 15. What is the intended leveling progression experience considering node citizenship and the lack of much fast travel? From Landshark 10 or X, sorry. The intended leveling progression. So, we know that we don't have a lot of fast travel. When we think about faster travel and what's available to us, we do have node to node travel. And that starts out as land travel. So essentially, you can visit a building within a node and you can pay a fee and you can take a faster travel route across roads that we know that Vera has an ancient roadway system that was present prior to the fall, and that's utilized as part of these nodes when they pop up. They create connection points to these arteries, these road arteries essentially within the world. And the very basic building that you'll have access to starting at a Noj Village stage of 3 is to jump on one of your land mounts if you have a land mount, pay a fee, and take a faster route to a nearby node. Now, you can upgrade that building at later stages, and that can now become a flight path as well. And that flight path can have longer direct connections to other nodes that also have a flight path upgrade. In addition, we have scientific nodes that when a metropolis is achieved, provide within network of that metropolis's vassal structure, the ability to teleport to nodes as well. So there is some faster travel that becomes available as the world progresses. So the intended leveling progression experience will start out different than it likely ends, right? When the world is new, when things are fresh, when there's not much nodes or development that's occurred, much of your experience will be localized unless you choose to spend the time, and there must be meaning behind that choice, I'm assuming, right? So that travel is meaningful. When you choose to spend that time traveling, you can leave that locality. But early in the game's experience will likely be very localized. And as the world progresses and options become more available for you to have faster travel across large swaths of land, then that experience might be less localized, and there might be more travel towards faraway lands or dungeons or points of interest in order for you to capitalize on. So I would, trying to answer this question best, the intended leveling progression is intended to be something that changes over time, and that's predicated on the state of the world. That's the best answer I can give there. Okay, question number 16. If I'm a ranger and I'm 50 meters away, but I'm prone or crouched, you won't be able to go prone, just an FYI. And the jury's still out on the crouched. We're still talking about that. That's something that will require player feedback. In a bush, will my nameplate be visible? Will Ashes of Creation lessen the visibility of nameplates based on the above so that players can stalk their prey?
That's interesting.
So, in this, in a sense, excuse me, in a sense, there are ways for you to obscure your nameplate. Much of that obscurity will come from line of sight related obstructions. If I'm behind a tree, if I'm in a large bush, those are ways that you could potentially obstruct the visibility of your nameplate. However, with that being said, the spirit of what I believe this question is attempting to achieve is the ability to reduce visibility of your character and your presence within an area. And in that sense, because we are more traditional in the sense of the number of skills that are afforded each archetype, we have particular skills that are intended to do just that. Those types of skills are things like camouflage, they are things like stealth and invisibility, they are things like disguises that can be used to perhaps even change your nameplate and visual appearance. We really want to be able to leverage utility-based skills in your skill tree composition so that if you would like to spec into this type of role, there are particular archetypes that excel better at those things. And that helps sell class fantasy, right? And there are really cool mechanics that you can incorporate as part of that. We have a lot of objective-based gameplay. Your ability to move unseen on the battlefield is an important component of objective-based gameplay. So I would delegate a majority of that functionality you're attempting to achieve in this question outside of the realm of just in-world obfuscation and more into the realm of class role and class kits. And yes, the answer is we do have those abilities.
Okay.
Okay, question
cool.
number 17.
All right, I guess see what we're going
Will
to be like.
archetypes like the tank or bard be as viable as DPS or healers in small-scale PvP, such as ranked arenas? From Gorilla. And I apologize, but the last question was asked by Legitimate Device 33. And if you have to say you're a legitimate device, are you a legitimate device? No, just kidding. Okay, the answer to this question is tanks and bards will be viable in PvP. Yes, they will be. And the reason for that is the design philosophy of a rock, paper, scissors type of relevancy across our trinity of class systems, right? And that is the ability for you to have opponents that you are naturally better against because of the types of class composition, skill compositions you have available to you in your class kit. So short answer to that question, yes. Question number 18. If a node gets destroyed in a siege or due to atrophy, will it leave behind any evidence? Physical ruins, NPC dialogues in other towns? And this is from Yawanosi, or Yawanok.
That's some good wall building if it does.
When a node gets destroyed, there actually is a period of time in which the node exists in a ruined state. And during that ruined state, the node proper, which is the footprint of the node, and this is something new that we changed a while ago, but I don't think we've ever discussed yet. That footprint of the node, the actual grounds of the node itself, the city, becomes ruins with treasures inside of it. And those treasures are essentially derived from certain things that the node accomplished, either through the relic system or trophies, or goods that were brought there into the warehouse, or can come from certain types of service buildings. And those ruins exist for a number of days equal to the node level. And during that time, it's doing a few things. One, it is an open PvP ground. Anyone who chooses to enter the city proper ruins can try to find treasures in that area, right? And it takes time to kind of dig up the treasures. It takes tools to dig them up. This is something you're opting into doing. And during that time, other players might be in the area as well, and they might choose to take advantage of the fact that you're there and kill you and take those things, or you can take their things and kill them, but it's an opt-in zone. The second thing it's providing is an opportunity for the nearby nodes that perhaps were prevented from advancing in level due to that previous node having been there. They have an opportunity to kind of progress before that node pops up again as a crossroads or as an encampment. That's another thing that it's providing. And so, to answer the question shortly, there is evidence that's left behind in those physical ruins, essentially that a siege was successful and was completed here.
That's cool.
Okay, question number 19.
I wonder how long it stays.
It is so funny because Margaret and I were talking yesterday and we were saying there's a list of 50 questions. I wonder how many we'll get through in an hour. And we said we'd probably get through 20. And we're on question 19. Okay, question number 19. When a node develops into a city, if I am logged in 24/7 and I'm staring at the node, what is it doing? To answer that question, when a node has a level up event, it tells the server, tells one of the managers on our server, and it says, hey, I've reached the requirement necessary to level. And when that message, that notify goes up, the manager then says, awesome, we're going to spawn some system-driven caravans at a nearby starting portal, and we're going to send that caravan off to the node, and that caravan's not destructible, can't be destroyed.
Oh, okay.
It's just
Damn.
a visual appearance, right?
I wish. That'd be
You
cool.
have a bit of fanfare with new supplies coming. You see NPCs that are starting to construct, hammer on the buildings. They have supplies that spawn around different areas of the node. And if you're just staring at it, what will happen, if you're outside of the node, you will see an event occur where the node pops into existence, essentially. There'll be some animations and visual effects that are associated with it, and you will see the new facade of the city appear. If you're within the city, you will be teleported to a safe location, likely a respawn area that's near the city, and you'll be able to watch as the caravan approaches the city. It advances in stage.
Okay. That's cool.
I see that there's a question of what is a world manager. A world manager is a technical term to define a server process that kind of lives alongside the game server.
Yeah.
And when the game server needs to do things that it's communicating with other game servers within the grid, it tells that manager, and that manager sends it down to the appropriate server.
Yeah, manager is
So
not
that's
like a real
essentially what a
person.
world manager is.
It's not a real manager.
Okay.
Like a real person.
I think this might be our last question. Question number 20. Should I choose 20 or should I choose a good one? 20 might be a good one. In order, yeah, that's true. How many active skills? We kind of already answered this one. How many active skills will we expect to be able to slot? That's really up to kind of, it's going to be different. It depends. It's going to be based on how you allocate your skill points between passives and actives, and how you might invest in more active skills, because those can have additional investments in them. So it just kind of depends. The rough shot there is going to be around probably 15 to 20-ish, I would say, is where it's going to land. Let me see if I will ask one more question. I'm just going to do...
I say probably like maybe
a
40.
random one here real quick, and
Might
this
be
will be our
nice.
last
Or like
one.
30.
Okay.
Depending if they level up or not.
Okay, this is from Yin Kirby. Question number 31, if you want to bring that up. Will there be any castle sieges in the ocean, coastal nodes, where ships can be involved?
That's so... Oh, wow.
answer is
That'd be so
yes.
cool.
There are specific castle. There is a specific castle and some nodes that are within range of ships. Now, on the node front, the ships really wouldn't be involved directly in the siege assault. However, there will be some nodes that have ownership over certain points of interests, such as harbors. And those points of interest during siege will have some objective-based gameplay that can be interfaced with from a naval's perspective. From a castle perspective, there are certain castles, I believe there's just one, that can be affected and is intended to be affected purely by the Navy. And then when you're on foot and you go into the castle, that's a different story. So that was our last question. I hope that you guys enjoyed the AMA. I know that
Yeah. These are amazing.
getting certain questions answered
I love these.
can be a lot of fun, especially when there are some updates. We had some updates here. I'm glad you guys were able to get a definitive profession list. I'm sure that will have a lot of conversation. I know that Margaret and her team are going to be ready to pump out some articles perhaps in the future for that. And that's going to be kind of fun to hear you guys chat about. We'll be doing more of these again in the future, especially after probably Alpha 2. Another thing that's important that I want to remind those of you who are watching is that we do have an extra life coming up. You will be getting some information about that within this month. And that date is November 5th. So look forward to that. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. Margaret comes up with some really cool ideas to kind of torture everybody who's at the charity event. But once again, guys, I want to tell you how much we appreciate you, how much we appreciate you guys tuning in and conversing with us and giving your feedback and being part of this development. Following a development journey is not for everyone. That is for sure a thing. You know, we're very excited about what we're doing. We know you guys are excited about it too. That excitement is great fuel for us from a motivation standpoint as a team. And it's something we love to see every time we watch a video from a content creator, or we're perusing the forums or on the Reddits or on the Googles. But when we're just out there kind of, you know, reading what people's response and thoughts are about our designs and ideas and implementation and creation of this game. So we have much love for all of you out there in the community, and we appreciate you guys tuning in today. I have an always enjoyable time answering these questions, and I'll try to jump on Discord perhaps after this, later tonight or this weekend, and chat with you guys a little bit more about some of these questions that we didn't have an opportunity to get to. So if you're not on our Discord, make sure you jump in there. The Ashes discussion channel is always filled with other knowledgeable community members who can help answer any questions that perhaps didn't get to today. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I will see you all on the next stream at the end of this month.
Yeah, I can't wait. Man, bro, every time I watch these, always hypes me up. I want to play the game even more. Pretty sure this isn't like on YouTube yet, but still, I think it's just on Twitch right now. But hopefully they bring it up on Twitch so I can do more of it. Alright, well, that was pretty good. I think the biggest thing I didn't know about is the class-based system. Or, well, they didn't tell me about all the classes, but they talked about the artisans, the gathering, processing, and crafting classes. I want to say, like, that's going to be, like, really cool. Wait, what is this? What the hell? I thought this was Gundam at first. No, this is Destiny. What the fuck? Let me see here. Let me look at Undecember. Where's Undecember? I have a lot of games here. Give me a moment. Yeah, there it goes. Undecember. Yes. Yeah. I think it'll be really good. So like mining, so gathering, have 4 things, which is mining, logging, herbalism, and hunting. Processing, you could be metal weaver, lumber jack, animal. This game is always loud for some odd reason. Okay. Animal husbandry, alchemy, weaving, stoning, like there's like 22 of these. I might like have I don't know if I would make a video of this. I could still keep on reading out loud. Tanning, farming, cooking, just for processing. Then you have crafting. Crafting is weaponsmith, carpenter, armorer, leather worker, jewel crafting, scribing, arcane, and tailoring. Like, this is a lot of stuff. This is more than Final Fantasy. Oh, I guess gathering, you also have fishing too. I forgot about that. So 23. That's insane. Okay, so let me see if I can. I need to change what it says here. Yeah, we're no longer looking at Ash's Creation AMA. We're just doing Undecember. So I'm gonna just redo that real quick. Give me a minute. I'm gonna edit this. Oh, okay, it's saying Undecember here already. Okay. Undecember. It's one of the games I really want to try out. If it's like anything like Lost Ark, hopefully it have better voice acting than Lost Ark. To tell you the truth. Okay. All right. I started a character on here, but I didn't get too far. I might make another character, and I'd probably just delete this character. Oh, that's cool. The character selection screen is really nice. I just made a character just because. Okay, let me see here. I'm just delete this one. We just make another one. Delete now. Yeah. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, did I say delete? Okay. Delete. I literally haven't gotten that far with this character. I haven't. Oh, wow. Okay, 2 days. Alright, that's fine. Oh! It didn't give me the intro anymore. I see. So we got 2 body types, male or female. But my whole thing about it is that I want to be male. The females are like very... The only thing... Okay, so like, if I say female, right? This is all you have. And you pick the skin tone as well. So I think you pick this for their facial features. Like, you can't change the facial feature at all. So I pick that and that, right? Hair. And the hair is just these 6. Like, it's not that much to it. So let's go back. Let's say go male now, right? Oh shit. God damn. Oh fuck. Damn. Look at me. Fuck. I like this one. Shit. You get a mustache in this one? Can I get a mustache with this? Hold up. Oh, damn. Yeah, you don't get a mustache. The hair you're given is not like... Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Like, if I want to be, like... I want to be a black guy, but fuck, it's like really not that much you have here. Okay, hair, black hair, blue, oh, ooh. Gray, pink. It's not all that great. That's fine. Guess you couldn't go to black. Do I want that hairstyle or do I want another one? It's either this one or that one. This one has some flair to it. Probably pick this one. Yep. Wiggypotamus. Right. Alright. Create. Like, this looks pretty cool. God damn. Yeah, see, I didn't even like really make it to this part. I just canceled the game. See, I'm looking in trouble.
Those blasted dimps. What could they possibly gain from raiding a sandwalker? They even prepared a ballista. Oh, this is bad. Incoming! Take cover!
Jesus.
My dear guest, I'm sorry, but it looks like this is the end of our sandwalker joyride. Everyone must survive on their own from this point on.
Alright. I'm gonna bring back the oh, interesting. Okay. It shows just my account. It's just right there. That's not good. I think that's loud enough. Thing. Yeah, I'll just get the sword for right now. Potions, what's this? Oh. Auto potion settings. Potions registered in a quick slot can be used automatically. Oh. Auto use condition can be set. Okay, for each potion. Alright. You press the auto use button again to disable auto use. Okay. Let's see if my let's say my health get to 30%. Okay. That's nice. I don't have to like constantly.
You're looking for your friend. Sorry, but as you can see, I'm a bit occupied at the moment. Yeah, I'm sure you'll find him on deck somewhere. But you'll have to find him yourself since I can't help you right now. Hey, Gwen! Let our guest here pass through.
Search for Pan's whereabouts. Who's Pan? Okay. There are dimps everywhere. I should look for Pan. Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit. Must look for loot. Oh, yeah, there he goes. Hey. Oh, nice. Oh, fuck. Well, shit. Oh, that's so slow. Okay. Reminds me of very, like, Diablo. This is very Diablo. Can I? Oh, shit. That's crazy. God damn. Alright. Okay. Must loot everything. Oh, what the fuck where y'all come from? What the fuck did y'all come from? Y'all just actually just came out of thin air. How do y'all hit me? There it goes. Sandwalker in trouble.
I thought I was done for. Thank you. You were looking for your friend, but the deck is even more dangerous than here. You should at least take this with you, although I'm not sure if it'll help out.
Okay. Press the screen. What was this? Oh. Oh, I can only pick one of them? Is that? Okay, you can equip skill runes into this rune cast. Select the rune. Select a slot to equip skill rune. Linking a link rune to a skill rune produces an additional effect. You can link a skill rune with a link rune if the link rune matches the skill rune Slot color. Select a skill to see which link runes can be linked to. Select the equipable link rune. Okay. Can go to either way. Press the skill equip tab. Select a skill to register the skill slot. Press the slot to register the skill. What? Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Triggers immediately all weapons. Okay, so attack melee, physical element. Okay, there's different type of elements. Base speed, amplification, damage. Obtain frenzy effect for 5 seconds on hit. You can actually... Okay, you can actually play it. The hell? Okay, interesting. It said it was a dot, though. It's okay, that's how it works. You have link runes, you have runes and link runes. Okay. Interesting. That is very interesting. Alright. Let's get back. Oh, wait. Can I still talk to you?
Use runes? Wow. You must be a rune hunter. That's relief. I hope you find your friend. Liam, clear the path for our hunter.
So there's people called rune hunters that can equip runes, alright. What makes me so special? Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh. Oh fuck, okay. Oh shit. Now, do I slowly charge up my mana? Yes, I do. Alright, that's nice. Oh, and I like have little things on my... Alright, that's cool. Oops, yeah, they all died. Oh, fuck. Oh, was that a boss? I killed him way too fast for that. I killed him way too fast. I was just testing it out. I was like, huh, I wonder what if I do it to this guy? What happens? It's crazy. Okay. Yeah, no. So I don't see it. Oh, okay, that's my experience bar. Okay. I did get something. I got a dual plate braces. Wait, what are these? Okay, this one gives me strength 7, armor 10. So there's like little things right below it. Okay, that's fine. Yes. Okay. Alright. Okay. I don't know. What's up? Oh!
There's literally no end to these dims. But this route had stayed relatively safe these days. What happened here? Hey, can you take care of these dims? We're all going down at this rate. Your friend? Oh, I'm guessing you're talking about that man. I saw him head towards the bow a while ago. Good luck.
Mayonnaise named Pam. Alright. Potions, stuff. This is kind of weird. Oh shit. Well, fuck. Okay. Is there anything up here? No? Alright. Is there like a run fast or something? Like I fucking murdered him. Oh, hey, what's up?
Whoa. What's with all these dims? What's going on here? I was just trying to catch some fresh
Oh, this is
air.
Pan.
But before I even realized, I got stuck here. I've been observing the situation develop while hiding here. And it seems the dims are slowly overwhelming the crew. We can't just keep fending off the dims that are crossing over. To end this, we have to take down their sandwalker. Looks like we have no other choice but to use this ballista. Want to lend a hand in turning the tables?
Yeah, sure, let's go. Let's do it. How do I... Okay, you just hit it. The animations are pretty nice though. Wait. Oh, that's the other side. Oh, I thought it had two heads. Wait, so we just fucked ourselves too. I thought the thing had two heads. Okay. Okay.
Rune Hunter, you made it. Thank heavens. Your friend went east to Mallow Front. Please inform Guard Captain Poshi about this situation.
Guaranteed reward, selective reward. Okay. Wait. I have to select which one I want. I see. So you gain nimble after rolling. You have a teleport. Teleports forward. Temporarily increases element resist after teleporting. You can roll. Leap attack. Leap forward to inflict damage and knock. Yeah, probably that one. Okay. Okay, now how to... Oh, it's K. That's right, it's K. So I can now put leap attack on here. Now how does it work? Can I just put it like... Okay, yeah. Then I get bonuses from each one of them. But then this one here can be leaked with spell skills. Wait. Why that's not working? Can we link with any skills that satisfy strike or dot? Oh, I see. So there's a requirement. I see. Why does it say triangle? Okay. Okay, strike and strike. Okay, I see. Alright. Let's equip it now. Leap attack. Okay. That's right. Damn. Fuck. Oh, the cooldown on this, like, nothing. That's insane. Alright. That's insane. Okay. I like the aesthetics here more than Lost Ark, to be honest with you. There's more Diablo. And the voice acting is not as cringe. They're throwing rocks at me? What the fuck? That like feels really nice. Is there like I think Locke's arc has kind of fucked with me a bit because now I'm like trying to look for like, was that a secret area? No, it's not. Wait. Oh, okay, I dodged that. That's what I'm saying. God, dog. It's so gruesome. I love it. Oh, these are wolves. Shit. Okay. Oh wow, that was kind of easy. Okay. I think I leveled up, right? Yeah, I'm level 2 now. Alright, cool. Alright, I got some new stuff, new gear. Let's see. Oh wait, identification scroll. You said reveal unidentified items, okay. And second party steel helmet, okay. Let's equip that. Also got gloves too, let's equip that. Actually shows on my character too, that's nice. Oh, I can actually sort them. Ah, okay, that's cool. Some health potions and some mana as well. What else? What else we're doing here? Oh, okay, now I'm here. How did Pan get across? The fuck?
This path leads to Milo Front, the forward base of Aphros. What brings you here? What? You took down Soap. Rune Hunter, I don't want to blame you.
What?
But you shouldn't have done that.
What do you mean? He was in my way.
Those dimps are now going to swarm in for revenge. We don't have time to waste. Lowen, let this Rune Hunter inside.
What the fuck? How was I supposed to know that? He attacked me first. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, wait, what is this? Set stats in Zodiac screen. Autopath is Autopath. What do you... Is there a... Stats. I don't know what they're talking about. What are they talking about? Wait, what? What did I just... There's like a lot of systems in here. I feel like this is a mobile game. This is a mobile game. This is a mobile game. I had no idea.
The situation was already dire when you woke up from the nightmare. Most people on the same...
Oh, at least this is red. You can read through that, but holy shit, there's like a lot of stuff here. Okay, all right. Let's see what this is. Okay, press the menu. Press the button to move the Zodiac screen. What the fuck? Press the stat info button. You can freely invest in strength, dexterity, intelligence according to your playstyle. Okay. Press the back button. Press the button to reset your stat. What's these though? Oh shit. That's a lot of shit. Okay. So how do they all planes? But how does all this connect? How does this connect? I get traced points and I also have stat points. Okay. I got 5 stat points. Yeah, I'll apply that. I wasn't like too sure. That's okay. I got that perfect combo enchant. Oh, okay. It does it for me. Enchant. Right click an item to enchant. Select that item to see which essence it can be enchanted with. Press the enchant button to proceed. Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. Perform enchant from Croco. So 1 enchant, huh? Does it give me armor and stuff? I'll say I'll get a new sword soon. Let's just get a shoulder. Let's get a shoulder. Register. Changes a normal magic item into a magic item. The maximum option count. Oh. Okay. Oh, I lose that. Oh, fuck, I lost it. Okay, well, shit. It's whatever. Oh, I got this one back. Okay, magic upgrade essence. Okay, cool. Dismantle.
You might be lucky.
Okay, take that. It can be easily registered from here to be okay. The symbol. Okay, dead. Okay. Magic birth essence piece. Combine 10 pieces to obtain magic birth essence. Okay. Alright. Oh my god, wait, what is that? Alright. Alright. Okay, cool. Right, it's the shop. Fucking hell. There are 2 different type of currencies and stuff. You got a launch celebration. You get upgrade essence. Uh-huh. That's not it. Oh. Okay, this was my first day, so I got plenty from that. Alright. Whatever. Summon a pet. You can summon one of your own pets. Summon pets will follow your character around. If the pet ability is activated, your summoned pet will automatically loot items from the field and also And allow you to sell and disassemble items in your bag every once in a while. What the fuck? Okay. Right. Already. What the f... I don't know why I'm surprised. Beauty. What the fuck? This is fucking cool. What the fuck? Yo, what the hell? That's amazing. Oh god. What the fuck? These animations and shit are amazing. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, I can switch genders for a price. Okay. You have different type of portals you can create. Okay. That's my default portal. Okay. Social, friendless, find friend, friend request, block list, right. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Let's see. I want to equip this now. Because that's like way better. Alright, let's see. You talk to Pan.
Hey, you made it! I'm glad to see that you're unharmed. I couldn't find you after the crash, so I had no choice but to make my way over here alone. I hope you're not angry that I left you behind.
I'm just more surprised how that monster didn't kill you.
Honestly, it was my first time firing off a ballista. I didn't expect things to turn out like that. I kind of just hoped for the best. There were dimps at the canyon? I didn't see any. Guess I got lucky. Oh, I did hear that you took down a notorious dimp named Soak. That's probably why Guard Captain Poshi was looking for you. Why don't you go pay him a visit?
Alright. Selected rewards. Okay, I don't like these selected rewards. Summon Abyss Link. Wait, what? Wait, can I still summon things even though a charger towards the enemy and deals physical damage has a maintenance cost upon summoning? Is this like an actual minion? Swing a weapon in a wide area to deal physical damage to multiple enemies. Triggers immediately. See, that sucks. I can't get the others. Unless you can, we just need to... Okay. Before that, let's put this. is a strike, isn't it? This is a strike. Why won't this work? I don't understand why this is not working. Can't be linked with spell skills. Is this not a spell? Might just can't be linked with any skills that satisfy strike that applies to minions when linked to summon skills. So this can work, but it's not working for some odd reason. That's great. Right? This not allowing me to link with anything. Is there... That's weird.
The Sandwalker was attacked again? Those damn dimps. They've been causing nothing but trouble recently. I'm just sick and tired of them. If this keeps up, we're going to have problems keeping the Sandwalker in service. Wait, do you hear that?
That's... The Wasteland Bandits are coming! Everyone's arms! Hurry!
Just as expected. You said you took down Soak, right? Then you're partially responsible for this mess. If you don't understand, go talk to Lance on the second floor. He'll fill you in with the details. What's with the stupid look on your face? Things are just getting started. Get a hold of yourself.
Mage Toxic. Mad Kill Shade Pauline.
Oh, you must be the hunter Captain Posse was talking about. I'm Lance, the deputy captain of the Aphros Guards. The sound of that bell signals an attack from the Wasteland Bandits. The Wasteland Bandits are notorious for threatening those who travel across Aphros wastelands, which is the only path that leads to Velitas. They've competed against the Dimps, the natives of these wastelands,
Sound quality
to
really
take
nice.
over Mellowfront for quite some time. But now the great Dim warrior Soak is gone. They're taking this opportunity to strike first. Can you help us stop the Wasteland Bandits?
Yeah, sure. How do I stop him? Okay, that's... I thought that was a player. I just say... Heidi 77. Alright. Oh, okay. Oh shit, man. My minion's actually pretty cool. Oh fuck, okay. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't know you could throw the rocks. Okay, that's good to know. Level 3 now. Oh, did not mean to. Fuck. Oh shit. Okay, cool. I am now gonna put the barrier. This one give me barrier. I don't know the difference between the two, but I'd rather get that. Okay. And right. Smooth. Wait, is there more up here? I can't tell because of the map. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Elements as well. I don't know what those are. Oh, what? What are you doing? Why you do that? Why did you do that? I was like in the middle of battle. I was like in the middle of battle. Jeez. I didn't get anyone? Alright, that's nice. Okay. Cool. Go to mellow front using a return scroll. Or just go here. Waypoint. Nothing here either. Okay. Oh my god. Hey, what? Receive reward. Okay, let's move there. I mean, already, I really don't. Ah, shit. This is. Jesus Christ. This is actually a problem. Click a rune. Alright, click a rune. An element to use use an ingredient. Okay. Okay. Oh, I've been sneezing a lot. Hold on. So using a rune as material would transfer 100% of the same color and 80% experience for different color. Wait, okay, so if I... For example, if I put this one in. Okay. Can I use this though? For the red? Right. Next level requirement 5, strength 8. Interesting. Do 3. Actually, let's go back. Let's go back. What is this one? Like, if I registered this one, what would it be? Okay, I'm gonna go max. Fuck it. Okay, max. Dude, the change of like what? Oh, interesting. So this is hindered. This is hindered by strength. And these runes are hindered by intelligence. Oh, fuck me. Hold on. Oh. Okay, that's how you... Alright. How do I... Oh, no, stop. Zodiac, that's right. We'll go back. I'm gonna reset this. So I'm gonna get that 11. I kind of want to summon things, but also hit things at the same time. I have no idea. I know I can't beat both. But I feel like all of them are viable. Alright. Let's see here. Root growth. Register. Oh, I need to be level 5 though. Okay. This. If I right click this, oop, use it. Movement speed elixir, skill rune magic upgrade, pre-registration reward, medallion coupon, resurrection scrolls. Oh wow, and 100,000 of that stuff. Okay, well, God, well.
letter that Alto was holding? Let me take a look. According to this letter, the Wasteland Bandits have a secret deal they're carrying out soon. There's not much detail about it, but it says that the deal will take place at Sunrise Hill. From the looks of it, there's a good chance that a key figure of the Wasteland Bandits will be there. Rune Hunter, defeat the Wasteland Bandits at Sunrise Hill and find out what they're planning.
Rune Hunter, I heard that you're heading towards Sunrise Hill. Since you are going in that direction, I wish to ask for a favor. Due to the non-stop plundering by the Wasteland Bandits, the Aefros guards are unable to procure enough supplies. The empty hills were plundered not too long ago, but there may be some supplies still left behind. Could you help me search for supplies in empty hills? Even just a little bit will be a big help to us.
Okay. Not like I guess it's not that bad of a game. It's just like it's a lot of system in place. Shows that it's a mobile game. Like I didn't have to do anything. What the fuck are these guys? Bracers. Oh. Wow. Cool. What the fuck? Oh, 30% is gonna... There it goes, yeah. I was like, when is it gonna heal me? I like the auto heal feature. That's real nice. Also make me a little bit worried too. A tad bit worried. There it goes. Level 5, there it goes. What the hell? They just decimated my guy. Oh, fuck. What is in my way? Oh, was that still there? Okay. This is the boss. Right. Oh, shit, okay. So I don't go towards that. Alright. I thought maybe like some type of item was there. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, summoning things are like way... Summoning things are super amazing. Oh shit. Let's see. What else I have? I have an axe. Dodge rate is 35. What does it say 5% there? I don't know why I say 5%. Oh, then I need to do that, and then I do that too. Okay, you could get magic essence from them. It's pretty nice. Alright, nice. Level 6 now. Alright. Good shit. Oh, wait. Oh. You're still alive. Oh, damn it. That's dead. Oh shit, Zero's coming. Yo, what's up, Zero? I am... Hold on.
Game that displays that would require voice acting. There's actually a game that I've been wanting to come back and play for a minute.
Is that the show? Huh? What's it called? Undertale? Hello? Wait, did you? How do you manage that? What the fuck?
Okay, there I am. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, I can hear you. How do you manage that?
I can say it's on the Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Yeah. Oh! Okay.
Retro games or some nostalgia bait. Have you played Ocarina of Time?
I've never played Ocarina of Time before.
Holy shit, bro.
But I mean, it's the one with the mask, right? Or no, wait, no. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's Majora's Mask, which was made assets from Ocarina of Time. But
Right.
Ocarina of Time is my favorite. You know, people like Majora's Mask, people like whatever. I never played Majora's Mask. Kind of like whatever. But okay, so Ocarina of Time, of course, is an old game, and my only thing, because my babe also never played Ocarina of Time, and I wanted to play through it just so she could, you know, see the story and why people like this game and all this other stuff.
So is it better than Majora's Mask?
In my opinion, yes.
Oh wow.
In my opinion, yes. Ocarina of Time is better. Majora's Mask just feels very random, and I never liked the whole time limit aspect of it.
Oh yeah.
Ocarina of Time didn't have that. It is pretty much known to be one of, if not the best Zelda game of all time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a crime for y'all to not have experienced this game. But yeah, my only thing about playing the game was, damn, there's a lot of talking. And there's no voice acting.
Oh, is there? Okay.
It's just speech bubbles after speech bubbles. You know, talking to people in town, doing meaningless tasks and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh. I want to just skip it all, but if you skip it all, then you won't know where to go and what to do.
Right.
But yeah, get that rolling. Now there's like 3 options, right? We can try to do it on original hardware, or we can try to emulate it.
Emulate it.
Or we can do the Nintendo Switch Online version.
I think it'd be better if we just emulate it.
Oh, that is odd. Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good one. Yeah, I felt emulation probably was nice.
Bro, I'm like really hyped about Ashes of Creations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I like the MMO guy at this point. I'm kind of trying to steal away from the MMO life as much as possible, and that took up a lot of my life. I didn't play a lot of things I wanted to play.
Right.
I'm trying to steal away from the MMOs and the
Good shit.
downloads and live services.
I mean, like for sure, live services are like not what it used to be.
These games just straight up never.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do tonight? You want to play Play-Doh? Go to Revolution? It's going to take advantage of the Zelda day, so it probably won't be this Friday. Maybe we can get it together by next Friday. I also got to work in the morning.
Oh, okay.
I knew they said get me after my vacation because they couldn't make me work during my vacation. They didn't ask me to work before my vacation. So I was
Right. Yeah, like we can do it like played up. I think it's fine. Pretty nice. Give you time to make that simulator.
Alright, so fight to the death to see who actually gets to play Zelda Ocarina of Time.
What do you mean fight of death? On what?
We're gonna fight.
Fight on what?
Whoever lives gets to actually play.
On what?
No, we're gonna fight in real life to the death.
Shut up. In real life? My ass.
Yeah.
My ass.
There can only be one.
Get the fuck out of here.
And then the other person has the voice act from the graves. From the graveyard.
Shut up. You're not funny.
Anyways,
That's who he
did you want to play?
Well, play Zelda?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I really want to play.
Yeah, I could see, I can hear that.
So we're gonna have to fight to the death.
Shut up. We're not fighting. I don't know what this is about the fighting.
That's the we're humans. That's how we decide things. We
To
fight.
play a fucking video game.
Yes, boy.
What the fuck out of it. You could play it if you want.
So what you're saying is you're forfeiting your right to play the best game of all time.
I mean, I already. Well, I mean, I haven't played it yet, so I don't know if it's the best game.
So, you want us to be the bait for this great mission of yours?
I know.
Right.
What you call it?
The Archbishop desires partnership, not individual sacrifices. We are inviting you
forgot the name
to
of
join
this.
our cause.
That's a
Game
typical
shit.
excuse to expect out of
Mask.
management. Easier for them to stab
That
us
was
in the
kinda
back.
best game to me.
Sir Morris, we are fully aware of your concerns. That is why we promise to award you with the title of a bishop, regardless of the success of this mission.
Wow, such generosity.
Alright.
Not too sure about your
that's
work
fine.
ethics, but I can tell that you're a real crowd pleaser.
I mean,
What are
I'm
you
pretty psyched about
implying?
voice acting at all. So
Wait, hold on a minute. I think we have a rat amongst
I'm
us.
pretty psyched about
Who
voice
could
acting
be peeping at our meeting so attentively?
overall.
There's so many different characters. So
I think you broke up with me.
what beard?
Yeah, you're breaking up. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh, yeah.
I think I'm gonna give Nami. It's not pretty close to me. And she's like a pretty character.
Uh huh.
I don't even speak to people when there's nobody around.
Hmm. Is it the hey listen fairy?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the heck listen here.
Oh okay.
It's like even people who never played Zelda know about that. Hey, listen.
Yeah, because it pops up so often.
Yeah. I still have my PSP now. But I have the 364. And I own Ocarina of Time, so they can't come at me. You can eat my dick. I literally own the game.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, if you emulate it, it'll be easier to share screen so that you can see and everything.
right. Okay. That's fine then. I think once I get to a safe spot in this game, I'll probably end the stream. Undecember.
Was that the demo or is it the actual game?
It's the actual game.
The actual game is out?
Yeah.
What? Wanna play?
I mean, have you play? It's free. You already know what this is.
Oh god.
Yeah, you already know what this is.
No, it's like Lost Ark?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you know what?
It's more Diablo.
It's fine. I had fun with Lost Ark for the first couple of, hours of the game. You know what? I'll play it with my friends.
Morris was at Sunrise Hill.
What? Undecember?
That's quite the achievement for the bishop.
I mean, I'm still in the beginning.
What level, man?
Oh, I'm level 7.
Thank you, Rune Hunter. The supplies.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll play with her though. Wait, does the game even have co-op?
It does.
Can you co-op from the start though, or do you have to get to like a certain part of the game?
You gotta get to the first town and then you can party up. But I mean, like, it's not that far.
it's like I was still like once I got to level 2, I got the town. So. Oh, so you can have daggers. Interesting.
What are all the different weapons hanging out?
I don't know. Because there's no class. There's just like weapons and.
I think I watched Jasmine play it a little bit. I didn't watch him play through a lot of it. But I remember like there's this tutorial part where you're like playing this super strong guy, and it's just like he's picking up weapons and then just using skills.
Oh yeah.
Based off the weapons.
Yeah. I have to say the only thing that's I really don't like is the
soundtrack.
Soundtrack is good.
Okay.
Soundtrack is good. Yeah, I'll stop the stream for now. I've been up here like 2 hours and 28 minutes.